For more than 70 years, the United States has stood at the top of the global order. It has shaped international politics, dominated the world economy, led technological innovation, and maintained the most powerful military ever assembled. From Hollywood movies and Silicon Valley startups to the US dollar and NATO alliances, America's influence extends into almost every corner of the world. But over the last few decades, one nation has emerged as its biggest challenger: China. What was once considered a poor, developing country has transformed into an economic giant capable of competing with the world's strongest nations. This extraordinary rise has sparked one of the biggest questions of the 21st century. Can China truly become the next global superpower like the United States? The answer isn't as simple as yes or no. While China has achieved remarkable success in manufacturing, technology, infrastructure, and global trade, becoming the world's dominant superpower requires much more than having a large economy. It demands military strength, political influence, technological leadership, financial power, strong alliances, and global trust. In this video, we'll explore China's incredible rise, America's enduring strengths, the challenges facing both countries, and what the future of global power might actually look like. Chapter 1. China's unbelievable transformation. Only a few decades ago, China looked very different from the nation we know today. During the 1970s, much of the country was still rural, millions lived in poverty, and China's economy remained largely isolated from the rest of the world. Everything changed in 1978 when economic reforms opened the country to international trade and foreign investment. Factories began appearing across the nation, multinational companies moved their production to China, and millions of workers found employment in manufacturing industries. Over the next 40 years, China's economy experienced one of the fastest growth periods in human history. Entire cities were built almost from scratch. Modern highways connected distant regions, airports expanded rapidly, and thousands of kilometers of high-speed rail transformed transportation. Hundreds of millions of people escaped poverty, creating one of the largest middle classes in the world. Today, China is the world's second-largest economy and the largest exporter of manufactured goods. Nearly every household across the globe owns products that were designed, assembled, or manufactured in China. Whether it's smartphones, electronics, clothing, home appliances, or industrial machinery, China's factories play an essential role in the global economy. This remarkable transformation has convinced many experts that China has the potential to challenge America's global leadership. Chapter 2. The Economic Powerhouse. China's greatest strength lies in its economy. Unlike many countries that specialize in only a few industries, China has built an incredibly diverse manufacturing base capable of producing almost everything the world needs. It has become the manufacturing center of the planet, supplying products to businesses and consumers across every continent. In recent years, China has moved beyond low-cost manufacturing and begun focusing on high-value industries. The country is investing billions of dollars into artificial intelligence, robotics, electric vehicles, renewable energy, semiconductor research, quantum computing, and biotechnology. Chinese companies are competing with some of the biggest names in the global technology industry, while government support continues to accelerate innovation. Another major advantage is China's massive domestic market. With a population of more than 1.4 billion people, companies operating inside China have access to one of the largest consumer markets on Earth. This allows businesses to grow rapidly before expanding internationally. Combined with extensive government planning and long-term economic strategies, China has built an economy capable of influencing global markets in unprecedented ways. Chapter 3. China's global influence economic power alone is not enough to become a superpower. Countries must also influence international affairs, and China has been working aggressively to expand its global presence. Through its Belt and Road Initiative, China has invested hundreds of billions of dollars in roads, railways, ports, power plants, and infrastructure projects across Asia, Africa, Europe, and Latin America. These investments not only strengthen trade, but also increase China's diplomatic and economic influence. Many developing countries now rely on Chinese investment for infrastructure development, creating long-term partnerships that expand Beijing's global reach. China has also increased its role in international organizations, strengthened relationships with emerging economies, and expanded trade agreements with countries around the world. Its growing influence is changing the balance of global politics and creating a world where American leadership is increasingly being challenged. Chapter 4: America's Unmatched Advantages. Despite China's remarkable progress, the United States continues to possess advantages that no other country has fully matched. America's military remains the most advanced and technologically sophisticated force in the world. It operates hundreds of military bases across multiple continents, allowing it to project power almost anywhere on Earth within a very short time. The US dollar continues to dominate international finance, serving as the world's primary reserve currency. Most global trade, oil transactions, and international investments rely heavily on the American financial system. This gives the United States enormous economic leverage that China has not yet been able to replace. Technology is another area where America maintains a significant lead. Companies such as Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Nvidia, Tesla, and Meta continue to dominate global innovation. American universities attract talented students from around the world, while research institutions remain at the forefront of scientific discovery. Combined with strong legal protections for innovation and entrepreneurship, these factors continue to strengthen America's competitive advantage. Chapter 5: China's Biggest Challenges. Although China's achievements are extraordinary, its future is not guaranteed. One of its most serious challenges is demographic decline. The country's population is aging rapidly, while birth rates continue to fall. This means fewer young workers will be available to support economic growth in the coming decades. China also faces rising youth unemployment, slowing economic growth, and financial difficulties within its real estate sector. Many property developers have struggled under massive debt, creating uncertainty in one of the country's largest industries. Internationally, China faces increasing pressure from the United States and its allies. Export restrictions on advanced semiconductor technology, trade disputes, and growing geopolitical tensions have created obstacles that could limit China's technological progress. These challenges may slow China's rise at the exact moment it hopes to surpass America. Chapter 6: The military competition. Military power remains one of the defining characteristics of a global superpower. Over the past 20 years, China has invested heavily in modernizing its armed forces. It has developed advanced missile systems, expanded its navy, built aircraft carriers, and invested in cyber warfare, artificial intelligence, and space technology. However, the United States still maintains a considerable advantage in military experience, global logistics, intelligence networks, and alliances. America's partnerships with NATO, Japan, South Korea, Australia, and many other countries provide strategic advantages that China currently cannot match. The competition between these two military powers is likely to define global security throughout the coming decades, especially in regions like the South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait. Chapter 7: Who will lead the future? Many people believe the future belongs entirely to China, while others insist America will remain the dominant global power. The truth is probably somewhere in between. Rather than witnessing one country replacing another overnight, the world may be entering a new era of shared competition. China will likely continue expanding its economic and technological influence, while America maintains leadership through innovation, military strength, and international partnerships. Instead of a single superpower dominating global affairs, we may see a multipolar world where several powerful nations compete and cooperate simultaneously. Such a future would reshape international trade, diplomacy, technology, and security for generations. So, can China ever become the superpower like America? The answer is yes, but not in the way most people imagine. China has already become one of the world's most powerful nations. Its economy, manufacturing capabilities, technological progress, and growing international influence have firmly established it as a global superpower. However, surpassing the United States requires overcoming enormous challenges, including demographic decline, economic restructuring, technological competition, and geopolitical tensions. At the same time, America continues to possess unique advantages in military power, global alliances, financial leadership, innovation, and cultural influence. These strengths ensure that the United States remains one of the most influential countries on Earth. Ultimately, the future may not belong exclusively to either nation. Instead, the 21st century could become an era defined by the rivalry and coexistence of two powerful giants. How this competition unfolds will shape the future of humanity, the global economy, and international politics for decades to come. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more in-depth videos on history, geopolitics, and world affairs. Now it's your turn. Do you think China will overtake the United States by 2050, or will America remain the world's leading superpower? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, Stephen.